Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Bank Shot Degens podcast. We are back with another episode of a special playoff edition basketball. We are your hosts with my buddy Jacob Denny Denenholtz on my right, and I am Matt the Shrine Shriner. Denny, what is good?
What's going on, man? Thursday, May 9th, 9:31 p.m.
Yes, sir.
We're into episode 17, Matt.
Jeez, time has flown.
Time is flying. We've really been enjoying, doing this.
17 episodes during this whole entire NBA season.
Yeah, and we're going to have a lot more. I mean, we're just rolling into round 2, and we got the conference finals and then the big dance. So
it's flying by.
We're just going to keep it coming. First off, we just want to apologize on the technical difficulties in our last episode.
Yeah.
We're wrapping up our first season, and we're always looking for ways to improve. Sometimes it's kind of by trial and error, but we learn and we keep going. And like we said, we absolutely love doing this podcast. We appreciate all the support.
All suggestions are welcome.
If
you want to come produce, we've been asking all season.
And we're just going to keep it rolling.
It's not as easy as it looks, people. It's not as easy as it looks.
And so let's get into it.
Without further ado, you know what we do? We got to take a shot, as we do on this podcast. And we're going to take a shot every single day until our great team, the Seattle Supersonics, come back to this lovely association, what to call the NBA. Denny, let's get it. A little Irish whiskey per day.
Fuck. Bring it back.
Whoa. All right. Denny, go.
So, the last episode, we were in the middle of the first round. We're going to wrap up the matchups that were still going at that point, and we're going to work our way into the conference semifinals. And then we're going to, finish off today's episode with NBA awards have all officially been announced. For those of you that remember, we made our preseason predictions of awards back in the first episode. And so we're just going to kind of go through those and give our thoughts on this year's awards. But before that, let's wrap up the first round, Matt. Last episode, we had game 6 coming up of the Knicks and the Sixers. Knicks took that game in a very close game, 118-115. Another 40 bomb for Brunson. It seems like it's a consistent thing for him as of late. And I think one thing in particular with the Knicks, which is, amazed me, surprised me, is just that these guys are all workhorses over there. DiVincenzo in this game played all 48 minutes. I think Josh Hart, Brunson, and OG Anunoby all played 43 minutes. These guys are all hustlers who give 110% the whole game.
Yeah.
And their transition offense is really effective. And I think that all starts with just the ability to grab a board and just push up the floor. And I think that starts with Josh Hart. In this game, he's been insane. Yeah, he had 14 boards in this game.
the memes everywhere of just like, impossible to grab an offensive rebound of a 20-foot rebound, and Josh Hart's
got it.
Hart's there.
Yeah, and I think a really impressive stat he had was his offensive rebounding throughout the series. He had 22 offensive boards in the whole series.
Yeah, and
I think that just accounts for so many second chance opportunities. He also had probably one of the biggest shots of his life, hitting that 3 to take him up 114-111.
Yep,
in the last minute of the game, and so they just played really well. And I think defensively also, in game 5, we talked about it, Maxey had 46. And I think that they played a lot better defensively, guarding the pick and roll with Maxey.
Yeah.
They were pressuring him more, making him get the ball out of his hands. And it showed because I think he shot like 6 of 18 in the game 6 and had a pretty quiet performance that game.
Yeah. I honestly think that the Sixers lost this series as soon as Joel Embiid started playing dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's careless basketball. Nobody wants to see that in the first place. And the moment you start just being carefree like that is the moment you lose the game, when you're not putting hard work in to try to actually do something good for your team. Even though I think they won that game even though. But yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the hero turned villain really fast. I've been on the villain story of Joel Embiid for a long time. People are finally catching on what I've been looking at for a long time. But yeah, man, I'm glad the Knicks won this. I'm really happy with it.
And I will say, I agree with you on Embiid. His decision making has not been the greatest as of late. And he had that knee injury, and then he had the Bell's palsy thing came out in the series. I would say I was still kind of impressed of what he was able to do on the floor.
Yeah.
with all of those issues going on, he was still. I think he had 39 in that game 6. But
And
you know,
so yeah, I get being frustrated. It's part of the game. Being frustrated, you get it. You've been there.
Yeah.
But it's who you are and how you control it and what you do with it that matters in the end.
And you know,
so,
he's the centerpiece of that team. He's the leader. You know, he's got to show it at all. 110% of the time.
Yeah, he's had a frustrating season of that knee injury and then still getting injured in the playoffs. And yeah, Maxey was all over the place too. He was really well.
He's continuing to improve.
MIP candidate of the year. So
yeah, and he's been playing really well. But in the end, the Knicks prevailed, and they are now playing the Pacers, which we're gonna get on to in a second. But let's go on to another series that we were talking about. The Bucks and the Pacers. Another game 6. Pacers smacked them.
Spicy P, baby.
Spicy P. And I think one of the important things, I talked about it a little bit in the last episode, was how important the bench play was going to be for both of these teams in both this series and the rest of the playoffs. And the Pacers, I think, won that category because TJ McConnell and Obi Toppin both had 20 points, respectively, in that game. And so they just, and then I think the Bucks they had less than 10 bench points. And so that goes back to, being able to have a consistent bench or role players that can provide the minutes needed to give the guys rest, keep the rotation going, stay consistent, don't bring guys back early. Unfortunately for the Bucks, they didn't have Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis. They didn't have Dame.
They had unhealthy Dame is what it seemed like. Yeah. And so other guys I would say did step up. Middleton played really well in that series.
It was tough to look.
Bobby P played really well in that series.
Was really good.
But it was just a tough series overall. And the Pacers took advantage, and now they're down 2-0 against the Knicks. Again, we'll get into that series a little bit more. Any other comments though on this Bucks Pacers series?
Yeah, I think it's. I know we talked about it a little bit tonight, just talking about the Pacers. The Bucks head coach turnovers over the last few years, and it's. I don't know. I don't know if Doc Rivers is the right decision in the first place, and he kind of tells us way, and it's kind of crazy.
We've talked about it before, but besides Boston, his track record in the playoffs is
never been good.
It's not there.
Never been good,
and he's kind of known to not do well in the playoffs. And I think
he's still coaching. He's been coaching for a long fucking time now.
Yeah. And you look at Giannis, and you look at Giannis and Dame, those guys ain't getting any younger. So
no.
They got only a couple more years left. They really got to start getting it going. I do like these two still together. I think it's a great duo.
Yeah.
I want to see more from them. But they're just going to, figure some things out and hopefully stay healthy going into next year.
Yeah, it obviously sucks when Giannis is not, and I think that's the biggest part of it. But
he's such an impact player. He affects the game in probably every facet of the game.
And I'm not saying they're at the same level, but you also have the Knicks, who have not had Julius Randle more than half this year, who was their best player at the break.
Right. Well, that's that's what we were talking about mid-season. They didn't have Randall. They didn't have OG.
Everybody stepped up,
and everyone stepped up. They were still
granted they had
second
a lot,
fourth in this. They
had a lot more time
or East.
Yeah, granted they had a lot more time to get those players to step up.
Yeah,
to where they're at right now.
But I think that helps them now. Yeah, now you have guys like DiVincenzo.
It just feels like the normal lineup. They kind of forget about Randall in the first place.
Yeah, and
which sucks. But
I honestly kind of forget about Mitchell Robinson because he's been hurt all year, and then he came back for a little bit, and I think he's got that stress fracture in his foot.
Mitchell Robinson's been really good out there.
Yeah, now he's probably gonna be out the rest of the year, and then they got Bogdanovich, who's out the rest of the playoffs, and so guys have just been stepping up and they've been rolling.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be we'll talk more about that Knicks Pacers series here in a second, but Knicks are looking really good right now.
Yeah, and then the last thing about the Bucks is Chris Middleton just can't. Obviously, Chris Middleton was great with Dame out and everything like that, but it's just not. He's just not enough to lead the team.
No. He needed some help. Yeah, he did a great job. Bobby P, I think, was playing really well.
Yeah,
he played well in their last game there.
But you can only do so much.
Only do so much. And like we said, 8 bench points from the Bucks. I think Bobby P started, so that didn't even he's not even given bench points, and so that's where guys really need to step up. instead of tearing your Achilles like Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Anyways, all right, on to the next series.
The white flag.
on to the next series.
Right.
Last time we were on, we actually were we were recording during that game 5 of the Mavs and Clippers when Ryan was here, and the Clippers lost by 30.
Clippers lost by 30. That's what it was.
They lost by 30. Yeah, I thought it was 20, and Ryan corrected me. It was 30. And you look at both PG and Harden's performances in that game. I think
Kawhi was out.
Kawhi was out, and I think Harden was like 2 for 12.
Jeez.
PG was 4 for 11. And I mean, the Clippers are not gonna win if those two are playing like that.
Pandemic P never left, baby. He never fucking
unfortunately,
left. Trust me, I fucking know.
And then you look at game 6, Harden again was 5 for 16, and PG was 6 for 18. And again, playing against the Mavericks team that's been rolling, you're not gonna win when your two best players are doing that, and you have no Kawhi.
Luke has been playing his ass off.
Luke has been playing crazy. Kyrie's been playing. That whole team's been playing crazy. But the Clippers, I mean, it's weird. You look back at the Clippers in the regular season, they get Harden, they go on that like 8-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Then they start kind of getting things together. Next thing you know, they're having one of the best records in a 2-month span, out of any team in the league. And they were looking dangerous, and I had them as a dark horse. And then they get here to the playoffs.
They were the favorite to win the championship at the end of January.
Yep. And now playoff woes again.
But it all rests and a healthy Kawhi. Yep. Kawhi's not been healthy. Like ever since he's gone to LA, he's not been healthy.
I'm not going to say I jinxed him, but I made a comment about how he, he was only missed, I think, less than 10 games in the whole season. And then I think he missed like the last 8 games of the regular season. And
Something
then
like that.
It's lingered and rolled into the playoffs. And then, I mean, we know what Kawhi can do, and having him out there is huge. And
yeah,
PG and Harden just weren't clicking. And so, I mean, I'm excited to see what that team can, bring next season, but just another disappointing result for the Clippers.
Yeah, no, they could have, should have, would have done better.
You think they keep Ty Lue? I've heard, I don't even know. There's been rumors out there.
I thought they extended him, didn't they?
Did they just extend him? I think they did.
Could be wrong. I think they just extended him.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I like Ty Lue.
That answers our question.
I do like Ty Lue.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I hated Ty Lue for a long time. I thought LeBron just coached him, and now he's kind of proven otherwise. So
yeah,
I like him.
Yeah. Well, moving on to the last series that was still going on when we were talking.
Oh, this is a good series.
Probably one of the better series in round 1. The Cavs and the Magic. I think it was game 6. Spider dropped 50.
Yeah,
but the Magic still won.
Which game did Jared Allen get injured in? Or was that? I forget.
I can't remember.
It could be the second round. I don't know. But I know he's injured right now.
Yeah, he's out right now.
Yeah.
That might have been towards the end of that first round.
Look this up real quick. Go ahead.
But I mean, Spider, we talk about how this guy does in the playoffs, and he's yet again proving that he's a bucket. And he had 50 in game 6. The Magic still prevailed. It all starts with Paulo looking at that team. And then you go into game 7, and the Magic started off really hot in that game. They actually got an 18-point lead, I think, going into the first half, or a couple of minutes left in the first half. And then they just kind of fell apart in the third quarter. They only, I think, scored 15 points. Spida outscored them by himself.
Yeah, no, Jared Allen wasn't in the last 3 games of that series.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So they were, after getting him back and playing huge minutes while Mobley was out. Yep. Now Mobley's out here playing huge minutes while Allen's out too.
Yeah, Mobley's been playing really well the whole all playoffs. Yeah. But that was like I said, it was an 18-point comeback for the Cavs.
Yeah.
It's the largest game 7 comeback in NBA history.
Oh, wow.
Final score, I think, was 101-94. And it just, it shows, I think it just shows that the Magic are still a little young.
They are.
They're still learning a lot. I mean, despite the loss, Paulo still had a great game. I think he had 38. And
Suggs had near 20.
Yeah, they all played great.
He was doing really good defensively.
Yeah, and so they have so much potential, so much to look forward to.
The Wagner boys.
Yep, the Wagner boys. That's a deep young team, and I think they have a lot to look forward to. And
I really like this Magic team.
Yeah,
this Cavs team has done really, really well.
This Cavs team has done really well.
They're really surprising because they'll be down and they'll come back. They'll be down and they come back. So they've been really resilient, which I like to see. Which I'll talk about more when we get to the round 2 matchup because they've already got 2 games into that one.
Yep.
But yeah, that bounce back really mattered, and it's showing resilience this second round here.
Yep. Well, that wraps up round 1, Matt. Feels like it flew by.
Yeah,
pretty crazy. I mean, we're already rolling into the conference semifinals, and these series are already rolling. Let's start off on the East. Let's start with the Knicks and the Pacers. I mean, game 1 was another really close game. Another 40 bomb for Brunson.
He can't stop, won't stop, man.
He can't stop, won't stop. That was his 4th 40 bomb straight.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Scored 21 of the team's 39 in the 4th.
Holly scored only like 6 points.
And so, that's the thing with him is he had 6 points and he only took 6 shots. But then you look at game 2 and he had 34. Yep. And so he's averaging 17 right now through the playoffs, but I think he needs to be more aggressive on a nightly basis. Siakam and Miles Turner are doing their thing, but he needs to do more. And I think that's been an ongoing discussion a little bit with Halliburton is that
you can't just
they love the distributing he's doing, the assists.
I know you lead the league in assists this
right,
year,
but you also got to look for yourself.
It ain't all about assists.
He can get hot.
It's a whole different game.
I think game 2 he was 7 for 11. I think from 3.
Yeah, he's got to adjust better.
He can get hot, so I think he just needs to be always looking for his shot while looking for while being able to facilitate. And I think that's something that he'll keep learning. But another thing, going back to the Knicks, talking about these guys being workhorses again, I think Hart played the whole game in game 1. Brunson and DiVincenzo, I think 43. I think OG played 42. Josh Hart right now is averaging 18, 12, and 5 in the playoffs, and so he's been playing really well. Hartenstein's been playing really well.
He's still my dark horse MVP for this team. I know Brunson's putting up insane numbers, but what he's done down low, obviously replacing Julius Randle for the season and stuff like that, he's been killing it.
Yeah,
he boxed up JoJo in the first series, and so now he's going up against Miles Turner down there, and he's doing his job, man. He's being really aggressive down low, and I love it.
He's been consistent all year ever since Randall went down. Mitchell Robinson's spent a lot of time out in the season, and so I feel like Hartenstein's just been getting better and better, gaining more confidence, and it's showing right now. He's playing really good minutes for him. And then now you have to look at the Knicks, and OG is now out with the hamstring injury. I think he's out for game 3, something they're going to have to monitor. And I think the good side, the good sign for the Pacers is that their role players of TJ McConnell and Obi Toppin have been still playing really well. I think TJ McConnell has been a constant guy I talk about with the Pacers. He is a great six-man guard coming off the bench. Does a great job facilitating, looking for his teammates while also finding his own shot. And so
TJ led all guards in field goal percentage this year. The season.
He's an efficient role player for him.
Although he only had 500 attempts versus
compared to
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was second among all guards, who shot over 1,000 more attempts than him. But different player, different player. But no, I'm just speaking to how good McConnell is, a good scorer. He's a underrated piece here as well. So I think this series will get better. I don't think the Pacers are just going to give them a sweep here. Yeah. I think they're going to put up a battle. So
game 3 tomorrow in Indy, like you said.
I think
Siakam and Miles Turner have both been playing very well all playoffs.
I think back home will spark.
I think back home will spark them a bit.
I think Pascal's going to have a good game. I think it's going to be Pascal's game this next game 3.
And I'm hoping that Halliburton coming off that 34-point night, he can kind of use that to build some momentum.
Yeah,
keep it going.
Keep that confidence up, man.
Yeah. So like I said, game 3 tomorrow night. Let's go on to the other series in the East, Matt. We got the Celtics and the Cavs.
Yep.
Celtics took game 1 pretty easy.
Yeah.
The guy I always talk about, Derek White, had 25 in that game. Played really well.
Thought it was going to be done series. I'll be honest. After watching that first game.
Yeah, me too.
Cavs looked atrocious.
Yeah, they looked lost. It was a tough. But then tonight,
out of nowhere,
they take game 2. No, I don't think it was out of nowhere. I think this Cavs team is really good.
Evan Mobley with 26.
Evan Mobley has been playing very well.
Karis LeVert off the bench with 21.
I think that's going to be a deciding factor for this series is if LeVert can consistently do that.
Spida with 28
off the bench
or something.
Spida's doing his thing. The person who I think needs to step up a little bit is Darius Garland.
Yeah.
And I think that's someone who I think the whole regular season has been someone that has needed to step up a little bit more.
I think he just kind of lost his identity with Spida, just kind of actually taking control.
He's had rough shooting performances in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Coming into the season, I think everyone thought he was going to make that jump alongside Spida, but I agree with what you said. You know, Spida takes a lot of the
He does.
A lot of the attention.
Floor.
Yeah, controls the floor. And I think it's one of those situations where Garland might perform better with the ball in his hands as a facilitator and then finding his shot from that. But
completely agree. Yeah.
But besides the point, he's got to figure it out a little bit. They need him.
Yeah.
They need him.
All I'm saying is that he also took game 2 from the Celtics last series. So, and they look damn good.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means, but I know the Celtics absolutely dominated back those last 3 games after that. So
Saturday will be game 3 in Cleveland. In Cleveland. So it'll be an exciting game.
I think, yeah. So I definitely think the Cavs are a better team than the Heat. But I still think the Celtics clean it up. I don't see them losing 2 in a row. I don't see them losing 2 in a row.
I don't think so either.
I still think Cavs can win that game 4 though, possibly.
Yeah.
But I still think that if it does go to 6 games, I still think.
And looking at this game tonight too, I can't remember the exact percentage, but the Celtics score so many points off of threes, and they're usually super efficient from 3. And I think tonight they were under like 35% as a team from 3. And so, I mean, a shit ton of their points come from threes.
Yeah.
And so they weren't hitting tonight, and I think the Cavs took advantage. But they took game 2 in Boston, so we got a series going back to Cleveland on Saturday for game 3. Any other thoughts about this series?
I'm just gonna clock it in now. I think Celtics take this series in 6 games. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the final.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be both 2 bounce back games right now, Boston and then Cavs. It's a good game. Obviously, it's because Jared Allen has a bruiser right now. So if he comes back for game 3 or even game 4, I think that could really flip the switch possibly because he'll be huge against Porzingis down there.
Well, and he's out right now too.
Yeah. And Porzingis is out.
And I don't even know if I think they said he's not coming back.
The big guy? Pritchard?
Al Horford.
Al Horford. Oh.
What, like 40-year-old Al Horford?
Former Thunder.
I forgot about that. Oh my God.
I think everybody wants to forget about that. Let's be honest here. He went right back to Boston where he belongs. If Jared Allen comes back and you have that 1-2 punch with Mobley and Jared Allen down low, even if Jared Allen's numbers are limited for, coming back for injury, I think that's still really huge. I think that series,
just having that presence down low,
I think that series could easily change.
Yeah, it's another thing the Celtics have to worry about. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's another good series. We'll monitor that, of course. Let's move on to the conference semis in the West. Let's start out with this Wolves Nuggets series. Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know.
I don't know if I've seen a team rattle the Nugs like this.
No, we haven't.
No,
we have not.
And the fact that they took both games in Denver is crazy. And I think they smacked them in the second game. I don't even think it was a game.
I think there's no way the Nuggets lose 3 straight, though. I think there's no way that happens. Jokic just got announced MVP yesterday. They have plenty of
Jamal
days.
Murray got that $100,000 fine.
Yeah, after throwing his heat
pack at God knows what. They're going to need to respond.
They're going to respond.
And they got to respond. They got to respond. They got to respond in a strong way. And I think they know that. I mean,
am I kind of rooting for the Nuggets right now? Yes, absolutely. I'm nervous to face this T-Wolves team if my Thunder go there, but
Ant's on another planet right now.
Yeah. So yes, I'm 100% rooting for the Nuggets.
No one can stop Ant right now, and he's letting everyone know about it.
Just a testament to how good this. Well, all season, the Steelers team has shown
Yeah.
how good they are defensively.
Yep.
And obviously, they had the Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on there as well this year. And it's been insane. And they look unstoppable right now, but all things must come to an end.
I think the key to their defense right now too is that they're turning it into offense.
Yeah.
I think it was game 2. They forced 12 turnovers, and that turned into 26 points. While the Nugs, I think, forced more turnovers. Yeah, it was 14 turnovers they forced. They only got 18 points. So I think they've been able to turn defense and offense in an effective way, and it's really been helping them. And then when you look at game 1, I think Naz Reid won them game 1.
6th man of the year.
6th man of the year. What was it? 14 points in the fourth quarter. He
deserves it.
Yeah, he
that much.
Yeah, he won them game 1 in a crazy fashion. Game 3 is going to be tomorrow night in Minnesota. You got the Nugs taking that.
You want to hear your Kyrie Irving conspiracy theory of the day?
Let's hear it.
9 months ago, Rudy Gobert hit a 3, and he said it feels like I just lost my virginity.
Didn't he just have a kid? Wasn't
Rudy Gobert just had a kid. And he missed game 2 for it, actually.
That's right.
It didn't matter.
They still blew him out without
Rudy.
Jeez.
There's your Kyrie Irving sponsored conspiracy theory of the game.
Well,
congrats, Rudy Gobert.
Rudy,
on your
if you're
child
listening out there, congrats. And you made a 3, buddy.
Hey, you made it 3 9 months ago today. Oh, man. All right. Anyways.
That's so funny. Anyways. All right.
Yeah, I think Nugs, especially with the amount of time off, I think that time off or those 3 extra days kind of help them for one, Jamal Murray getting healthier, because obviously he's throwing a heat pack. Man's not feeling great. He's not 100%.
Right.
Jokic eats a breath. Jokic looked pretty excited to win MVP, so I think that little chip on his shoulder to go out there and prove it.
It's got to amp him up, yeah.
As much as he doesn't want to show emotion, I think there's no doubt anybody who just won MVP just has that little chip on their shoulder to go out there and prove why they just won the most prestigious award in the association. So, yeah, I think Nugs take game 3. What happens after that, I have no idea. I just hope it's a good damn series.
I do too.
I think these could be the 2 best teams in the league.
I would love to see this series go 6 or 7.
Yeah, it's really good.
Nugs are gonna have to respond. I think I agree. If the Nugs can respond in game 3, gain some momentum, I think we're gonna have a good series.
But if Nugs don't win game 3, it's a sweep.
If they don't win game 3, it's over.
It's a sweep.
Yeah.
And I'm scared. I'm really scared about it.
Yeah.
It just scares the crap out of me.
Oh man, it's been just watching Ant right now.
Best the T-Wolves have been
insane.
Since Kevin Garnett years.
Yep. All right.
And Kevin Garnett even never won the conference finals, did he? I don't think they've ever won a conference finals. They've never been to the championship, have they?
No.
Nope.
So they're on a mission right now.
Oh,
We'll see.
they are.
Yeah, we'll see.
MJ's son.
MJ's son.
Kyrie Irving conspiracy theory number 2. All has to do with the Minnesota T-Wolves. Minnesota T-Wolves. Yeah, it is Michael Jordan's secret son.
Wouldn't surprise me. That guy is looking like the best player in the league right now. It's insane.
Yeah, he looks amazing.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, continue.
No, we're good. Well, let's move on to the last series we got going on. The other series in the West. We got the Thunder versus the Mavs. Matt, Thunder took game 1. We just witnessed game 2. What happened in game 2?
We got Thunder fucked. Game 1 was. I'm gonna go game 1. Game 2.
Let's talk game 1 first.
Game 1 came out of the fucking gates killing. Oh my god, I cannot be more so fucking proud of this team. That was 5 straight wins. Oh my god, I'm on fucking cloud 9. We're the best fucking team. I had no doubt we're about to just go to the fucking NBA championship. I was on a high the last 2 days, and deservingly so, because we held every single opponent to under 95 points in this playoff so far, going after that game. And 95 points is the most we allowed in this playoff game until tonight. And it felt great. Mark Dagnall, coaching genius, and we're just coaching it up perfectly. Just absolute clamps on Luka and Kyrie. Luka only had 19 points. It was like his lowest ever in a postseason, I think, so far in his career. And so we were absolutely killing it. The Dortcher chamber, Lou Dort was all over him, just absolutely killing it. Yeah, it was great freaking game. Chet had a decent game. J-Dubs being J-Dubs, Shea being Shea.
I'll say this: when the Thunder are on, that atmosphere in Chesapeake Arena
So fucking hard to beat.
is pretty insane.
So fucking hard to beat. But Mavs did it today. I don't know how. It was actually a really, really good game. Mavs just took off really hot in the beginning, and
PJ fucking Washington.
PJ fucking Washington decided to fucking shoot a 3-point for the first time in his fucking life out of fucking nowhere. What the fuck did that come from? I don't even know how many attempts he took. I'm going to look this up while I speak. PJ Washington out of nowhere just starts literally throwing it from everywhere in the corner. Let's see.
How many did he finish with? It was like 6 or 5 or 6 or something like that.
Points?
Threes.
He finished with 11 3-point attempts and 7 3-point made.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had 29 tonight.
Yeah, 29, tied with Luka, who also had 29. And then Hardaway had 17 off the bench. Oh my God. It was tough to watch. We kept on making it back, and then we kept on throwing it away. We kept on making it back, I'm throwing it away. And Mavs did a perfect job adjusting. Shout out to Jason Kidd. I always like Jason Kidd, and he's really showing me that he can do it right now by making these adjustments in game 2 and really exposing us where our weaknesses are, which are rebounding, and they completely out-rebounded us like crazy. And
too many second chance opportunities.
Yeah, and their defense is pretty solid. And we could have had that game. I think we just kind of stuck to our game plan from game 1 and didn't expect the changes. But I think that was Mark Dagnall's fault there. You got to expect those changes, and it really hurt because we did exactly the same game plan as last time, and it did not work out. So moving on to game 3, ain't no fucking way we're just gonna let them take 2 in a row. I'm still hyped. We lost tonight, but like it was literally in the final minutes. So literally a couple boards our way, and it would be a different story right now. So I'm not worried at all. It's our first loss in playoffs so far. So
we've talked about it before with the Mavs. It really all depends on their front court play.
Yeah,
we know what Luka and Kyrie are going to do, but can those guys in the front court step up?
Yep, we lost our first game, and I think the Nuggets are going to lose their first game going into tomorrow. So Wolves. Excuse me. Yeah, Wolves have not lost a game yet either.
Yeah.
I think they're going to show weakness. I mean, there's nobody's ever done a full sweep before, have they? In NBA playoff history? I don't think off the top of my memory, I don't think there has been.
I don't think so.
But
I might have to fact check that later, but I don't
since
think
the
so.
series began back in the 70s. But anyways, yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all.
I'll say this about the Thunder. That system that Mark Dagnall has going over there is a really effective system.
Coach of the year for a reason.
The ball is always moving. They play very unselfish basketball. They're always looking for the open man, finding the guy in his spot to just catch and shoot. I was telling you the stat earlier. In the playoffs, 43% of their threes are wide open threes.
Yeah.
Most out of any team in the playoffs.
We were the number one.
And that's why they're always hidden.
Yeah. We were the number 1 3-point percentage team in the NBA.
They always make that extra pass to a guy wide open in the corner or on the wing. And it's not just like SGA, it's not just J-Dub. The whole team's doing
Jalen Williams, it's Lou Dort, it's J-Dubs, it's Josh Giddey when he gets a shot.
Yep.
It's Aaron Wiggins, it's Isaiah Joe. It's Chet Holmgren who can make threes as well.
Yep.
And Chet has been a human highlight reel this entire series. Mostly his playoffs, man. He's been at the freaking rim, disturbing. And oh my gosh, I cannot wait until I swear to God, Sam Presti, if you're fucking listening, you better get Chet some fucking help down low this next season. Or I swear to God, I'm going to find you. Oh my gosh. Chet's doing amazing. But he cannot do it all by himself down there, dude. He's doing it all by himself.
Help,
he needs help.
He's rotating, he's blocking, he's rebounding.
As much as I love these guards, as much as I love J-Dub, they're not 7 foot tall. They're not 6'10". They're not 6'11".
Yep.
They're like 6'6", 6'7" or below. And it's tough to watch. And that's why we keep on getting out rebounded and every single thing, because everybody's so much taller than us. And it's tough because Shaq can't, despite his massive wingspan, he can't guard the entire fucking basket. And it's so hard.
Yeah. Especially with the front court of the Mavs, too.
Yeah.
He's at a disadvantage right now.
Yeah. Thank God. One thing I did like about this game, they did not play Kenrick Williams. But we lost, so maybe him just seeing the floor might mean a win. I don't know. I'm not a big Kenrick Williams fan. Kenrick, whatever you want to say it. I'm not a big fan.
No,
He can stay on the floor, and I'll be happy.
Fuck him.
But everybody loses a game. The best team in the NBA so far lost 2 games in both series so far, aka the Boston Celtics. Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm just gonna keep it at that.
They got a day game. They got a day game for Game 3, Saturday at 12:30.
I'll be wine tasting. God. All right, we're good. Love you, Mom. I love you, Jody, so much.
We love you, Jody.
All right.
Well, that wraps up the recap for now. Obviously, we're going to come back towards the end of the second round, talk more.
Yeah.
This is the most exciting time of the year for us.
So much playoff basketball.
Yeah. But we're going to finish off today's episode. We're going to go through all of our preseason predictions of the awards and who they are now.
Yeah.
We're going to kind of work our way up. So we're going to start off with Coach of the Year. At the beginning of the year, Matt, you had Nick Nurse as Coach of the Year.
But I also said...
But you said, and I quote on the pod, I could take the easy route and just say Mark Daigneault, but I'm not going to, and I'm going to pick Nick Nurse.
That was a mistake. I should have stuck with Mark Daigneault.
You should have stuck with Mark Daigneault. You said it was the easy pick, and it was the easy pick.
I still really like Nick Nurse. I think he just had a very unfortunate situation this year, and I don't think
he's a great coach. Yeah,
I don't think he did very well in the playoffs, though. He did not adjust very well in that series. So
yeah, well, they'll have to figure some stuff out in the offseason.
Coach Marky Mark is
Coach Marky Mark.
Simon Wampold said it himself. That coach has been in the damn lab, and he wants to know what fucking lab he got him from. He's been his coaching has been so good for what he's been given.
Yep.
And keeping these boys together. I don't know if it's just them, but I got to credit the coach.
I mean, the coach got to be involved in a chemistry system like that. Coach has got to be involved.
Mr. Squint, he always squinting over there.
And I had Joe Mazzulla as my Coach of the Year.
It's still a good coach.
Still a good coach. I mean, we've seen what the Celtics have been doing all year and what they're doing right now.
Yeah,
so.
I think he got second place, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he got second place in voting. So that was a good pick.
Yeah, those were good. All right, well, let's move on to most improved. I had Cade Cunningham, who I was really expecting that third year leap, kind of that special third year, they all talk about.
Yeah.
Which I think is just
he was just injured,
and it's hard to do that when you're on
the worst
when you're on the Detroit Pistons, and so that just did not happen. And then you had a person who I think you could argue had a most improved year as well. The winner obviously was Tyrese Maxey, but you had Jalen Williams. You had J-Dubs.
Look where he's at now.
Who he
just scored 20 points tonight.
I think I even talked about him a couple of episodes ago, just how efficient he plays and the impact he has.
He's so damn
on the
good.
floor. And you talk about his clutch scoring.
Which nobody talks about. I feel like he is so clutch in the fourth quarter. It's insane. I don't know what happens to him in the fourth quarter, but he just can shoot from anywhere.
Yep.
But still looking back at it, I'd still think I'd take Tyrese Maxey.
Props to Tyrese Maxey
or Kobe White.
I still think I didn't look at the voting at all. I don't even know if Kobe White was like top 5 or even considered top 3.
He was a finalist.
He was
a top 3 finalist.
He had an insane leap. We talked about that. Yeah, he was his 5th year. He's starting to kind of gain that vet status.
With so many of those old guys on his team being so injury riddled too.
He really elevated his game this year. I've been really impressed. I'm really hoping that.
Who did you say? Sorry,
I had Cade.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Cade. I had J-Dubs.
And you had J-Dubs.
Yeah,
but I mean, props to Maxey. I mean, obviously deserving. We've seen what he's done all year with Harden leaving.
I think we did talk about Maxey possibly being it too.
Yeah,
but I don't think we knew he'd be as good as he is right now. And he still has a step up next year.
Yep.
He's still got lots of room to improve too.
Yeah, and I picked Tyrese as my 6th man because I thought Harden was still going to be there, and then and then Harden left, and then that elevated Maxey. But
all right, speaking of 6 man,
props to Maxey. Yeah, speaking of 6 man, So I had Tyrese Maxey, and you had Laurie Markkinen.
I don't know why he chose Laurie. I think he was in the odds, wasn't he, or something like that?
I think he
Did
was.
we look at the
I
odds?
think we looked at the
Oh
odds
my
before the
gosh.
year. Yeah. But the winner of that, who we mentioned earlier, was Nas Reed.
Deservingly
so. He's been playing very well.
Who's the
all
other?
year.
Oh, him or Malik Monk?
It was I was really wanting Malik Monk all year.
He pretty much had it until the end there.
Yep.
I feel like.
Yep. And I think towards the end, Nas Reed just really kind of separated himself from the pack.
Yeah.
So props to him. He had a really good season. We see what he's doing now. Like I said, he had 14 points in the fourth in that first game against the Nugs. Probably won them that game because I think that was only like a 7 or 8 point game, I think, in the end.
Yeah.
Props to Nas on that.
Yeah.
Continues to play well.
Shout out to Henny, who talked about Nas Reed all season, and he deserved it. So
shout out Henny.
Henny, you were right.
Shout out Henny, you were right. Let's go. Next one we're going to talk about is DPOY, Defensive Player of the Year. We both had Triple J.
Yikes.
We were expecting a jump from him, especially with Jaw being out the first 25.
Not only was he injured all season, but he looked absolutely dog shit defensively wise before he got injured even.
He did not have a good season.
No.
He did not have a good season.
No, he did not.
Yeah. And instead, the award went to, what is it? Is it 4-time or is it 3-time?
I think it's 4-time now.
4-time DPOY now. Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
Of the Wolves.
I had a necessary evil. I had to choose between these two because it was between Wemby and him. And I just been against Wemby just because I love the Chet. But I think Wemby could have won this a lot more than Rudy. Rudy just makes me mad. I don't know.
Yeah,
Rudy's good. I can't deny it.
I don't like him either, but I can't.
Guy,
I guess I can't deny it anymore. I mean, fuck, he's 4-time DPOY. Like he is a fucking menace down there. And
I think there's a little bit bias going into the awards for this. Yes, but also know that they weren't going to give Wemby Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
Underdog, in my opinion, for Defensive Player of the Year could have been two players.
Let's hear him.
And different player on T-Wolves. He was been insane.
He's a great two-way player.
Number 1 guard in defensive rating this entire season.
Yep.
But number 2 defensive guard in the entire season.
Led league in steals.
Led league entire steals, which I feel like nobody talked about the entire season. You look at blocks. Obviously, blocks is a great thing. But, Oklahoma City Thunder were the number 2 team in blocks this year. But number 1 in steals, led by your man, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He wasn't talked at all about. But he was also. Do we make predictions for Clutch Player of the Year? I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
But no. he was a candidate for Clutch Player of the Year. I forget who won it. You remember who won it?
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Something weird. I think it was Curry. I think Curry won it.
Oh, yep.
Not that clutch this year, Curry. I'll be honest.
Edged out DeMar for the award.
You finished 10th,
and Shai came in 3rd in that voting.
So Curry finished 10th in the league, and he got Clutch Player of the Year. Didn't seem very clutch to me. My Clutch Player of the Year actually was Jalen Williams. J-Dubs, not J-Will. Anyways.
J-Dubs has been doing his thing.
He's actually like the most insane fourth quarter player I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, Wemby said after it announced that Gobert, he said, good thing. He said, give it to him now because he ain't going to get it again. All right, Wemby, I like that.
I'm starting to like Wemby.
He said, give it to him now because he ain't going to get it again. Come on.
I feel like I'm wanting just like Wemby because I want more attention to Chet.
Yeah.
But you know what? Work in silence, work in the dark.
Well, let's roll into Rookie of the Year. Obviously, you had Chet. I had Wemby. Both deserving of the award. Both had great seasons.
Chet would have won any other year.
Chet probably would have won any other year. If it weren't for we talk about these guys are both
for the fucking alien.
These guys are both generational talents. We've not seen what we're seeing with these two both. It really is just crazy how they both are coming into the league in the same time frame. Even though Chet, was a rookie last year, even though he missed the whole year, and then Wemby's now here. So Yeah, I agree. I think Chet probably would have won it any other year, but
If Chet had the season he did this year, last year against Paulo Banchero, do you think he would have won, or do you think Paulo still takes it? I know you like Paulo. Paulo's your guy. I know this. Seattle guy versus Gonzaga guy for me, but I'm biased. As I'm not. I'm letting. You already know my answer, but
I don't think I could give like a credited answer. I'd need to go look back at both of their
I'm gonna look at
averages for that.
Fuck it, we're gonna look up Paulo Banchero's.
I'd have to. Yeah, we have to look up their averages.
I got you. Talk about Paulo Banchero real quick while I'll pull this up.
Well, I mean, we've seen what Paulo is doing right now in the playoffs. It's absolutely amazing. That just leading that young team to Game 7. I think just talking about the Magic overall, I'm really excited to see what this team can do in the years to come. They're so young; they have so much potential. You look at what they were doing in the regular season. I think they were, kind of shifting between 3, 4, all the way to 6 seed, and the fact that they were able to stay out of the play-in and stay consistent all year, I think shows how not just Paulo, but that whole team, how they played. And you have to look at the coaching too, and Jamal Mosley over there, and I'm excited to see what that team can do.
All right, I got the stats. You ready?
All right, let's hear it.
Paulo played in 72 games versus Chet played every game at 82.
Mm-hmm.
Points per game, Paulo averaged 20 points per game to Chet 16.5. Paulo also averaged 6.9 rebounds to Chet's 7.9. Paulo averaged 3.7 assists to Chet's 2.4. And then Paulo averaged 0.8 steals per game to Chet's 0.6. But then you go down the line, Chet's leading in blocking, 2.3, obviously. Field goal at 530 versus Paulo's 427. 3-point percentage, better 3-point percentage, better free throw percentage, better effective field goal percentage, and then better BPM and better board. So,
I think that'd be a really tight race.
I think it's another tight race.
That would be another.
I think it's more
really
tighter
tight race.
I
think that would be a really tight race actually, and I think it would be a tighter race than it was this year.
Yeah,
I feel like everyone, I think at one point, knew it was going to be Wemby, but you look at those two last year, that would have been a really good race for it.
All right, now let's take it a year back, one more year.
Okay.
Chet versus Paulo Banchero, Duke versus Gonzaga University. Who won that matchup? In the Maui Jam Invitational.
Did they play each other? Oh,
they
shit.
did.
In the Maui Invitational? Did Gonzaga win that game?
Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they won.
Oh, shit.
That's when back when Paulo was having issues with he was losing weight per game. Remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I don't know if I feel nobody's talked about it since he got the NBA, so obviously he's probably cured up.
Right.
I forget what it was called. But he was literally losing weight every single game he played. And so he was so replenished of all his electrolytes and everything like that because he was losing so much weight.
That's right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's weird
because I think he I found it right here. Reportedly loses 7 pounds per game due to heavy sweating.
7 pounds per game. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Holy shit.
That's now he doesn't even look he looks pretty beefed up.
Yeah, he looks great now.
A lot better than
he looks
did
fine now.
college.
Yeah, but that is nuts. He had to have a special drink or a special fluid to help stay hydrated and fight off cramps.
That's crazy.
Wow. That's crazy.
Anyways, back to it. I still think I would choose Chet over Paulo.
Generation. Well, yeah. And then you even look right now at Wemby.
We're looking at this season.
Wemby and Chet. No, we're good. That's also another great race that would have been. But Wemby and Chet right now, I mean, like we've been saying, they're both just generational talents, and we're gonna be watching these guys play for a long time, and it's just crazy to see how good they are right now, how effective they are for their teams, and they're still so young. So you look at these guys and I'm excited to see what these guys are going to do next year already. I was about to say, look at them 2-3 years down the road, but with what they're already doing right now, and then you look into next year.
Look at Chet's playoff performance
You
versus
look at what-
Wemby's.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Oh, did it?
we'll see what. Shit, man. That's yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Shit, man.
That's
Well,
the only thing I got.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I got.
Yeah.
Let me have it.
Well, it was a great race. You know,
It was. No, I'm excited for
Yeah.
Wemby. Wemby, obviously is going to have his first Nike deal. Well, he does have a Nike deal, and they just dropped his logo of an
some
alien.
crazy deal. Yep, some alien logo shit.
So he's going to
So,
get his own
He's
signature
about to get a fucking
shoe
bag. Yep,
next year, I believe.
yep. Well, let's roll into the last award, main award, most valuable player.
I don't even know if I want to, dude.
At the beginning,
I don't even know if I can.
At the beginning of the year, I had Giannis, and you had Jokic, and
I
the
regret my
winner,
decisions.
the winner was announced. What was it? 2 days ago.
Yep.
And the winner
Yesterday. No, it's
yesterday, and the winner was again Nikola Jokic,
3-time NBA MVP, joint special company.
3-time MVP. God
Jordan,
damn, man.
Kareem, LeBron.
Guy only cares about his horses, and
Magic.
he's fucking winning MVPs.
Yeah.
But when he got awarded it, Shaq made a comment to him saying, "You're a great player. I mean, you're a generational talent, but he thought SGA should have won it this year."
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, he should have. I don't know.
We're not gonna. We don't need to get into it.
I do want to get into it a little bit, but I don't. But I do.
Say whatever you want. Say what.
This is not a knock on Jokic, and Shaq said it to his face. Shaq, a big man, right?
Yes.
Who usually favors and talks about big men in this league, did not think the big man should have won it this year. I don't know what Shea himself could have done any better than what he did this season, being a top defensive player in the league and being a top offensive player in the league, leading the league in steals, leading the league in ISO points, taking a 10th seed Oklahoma City Thunder team from last year to number 1 into the West this year, beat Jokic and the Nuggets 3-1 in the regular season series. I go on and on and on of stats of that he led. Like I said, top the second guard in field goal percentage behind McConnell with 1,000 more attempts than him. The youngest team ever to win a playoff series in NBA history that he's led. And this man was just a product of one Paul George, who's absolutely dog shit in the bed in the playoffs. Okay, I digress. Anybody, whether it's Shea, Luka, or even Jokic, all three of them had MVP level seasons. But the MVP of this year, the most valuable player of this entire season this year was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And I don't know how you cannot see that at all. You came up with a championship team with this Nuggets team. You have a lot of good pieces on that team. It's not a knock on Jokic one single bit. Shaq even said he's probably the best player in this league right now, completely. But you look at this season, Shea had the better season. He should have had the MVP. First player since 1963 to average 30 points per game and be the number 1 seed in the conference and not get the MVP award. All right, I'm done. That's it.
Crazy. Yeah.
Rolled the carpet.
Yep.
Congrats, Jokic. I do think you're a great player. You're not going to hear this ever. I mean, you've already heard a lot of criticism from Shaq himself, so I don't know what the fuck my opinion matters.
But if you're listening, thank you, Jokic. We appreciate it. And
we do.
We support your horses.
I do support your horses. You know I'm allergic to them.
So,
but yes, Jokic, you're great. That's why, although I'm mad because it was my player that I think got snubbed. Jokic, you're amazing, and prove me fucking wrong here. Go on a fucking tear in game 3 and beat the T-Wolves, please. Goddamn, please don't fucking get swept by this team. Yeah.
All 3 finalists had crazy seasons. I'm just hoping that.
And I said in a past episode, if Luka played defense throughout the whole season, he would have won MVP.
Yep.
He could have.
He was putting up insane numbers. And then you look at SGA. I mean, how many 30-plus nights did he have?
52 or 51. still more than
So 51 out of 82 games, he
consistency.
put up more than 30.
Yeah. And second was Luka in 30-point games, who led the league in scoring.
And then you look at Jokic, triple-double machine. So it's just
three
finalists that were all deserving, and it was just a very tight race, and the winner goes to Jokic.
People look back and look at Jordan's stats and when he won MVP seasons. Be like, nobody else has done that. Shea just did that. Didn't win MVP. No one's gonna remember this. That's what's sad. This is like, because of that, no one's gonna remember that unless they go out and win the championship.
Yep.
That's the only way they're gonna remember it. But I'll be honest, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously the season's done. I don't know if they just lost their first playoff game, but like, that's just, it kills me. All right, that's it. No more. Oh yeah. Yep. Sorry. Okay, I'm done.
Nope. Congratulations, Jokic.
Jokic.
We've said what we need to say. Another successful episode, Matt.
Yeah, 17.
Episode 17 in the books.
Going hard.
We stay rolling. We're gonna do another one midway through this, the second round, or a little bit later in the second round, and then obviously, we have the conference finals, and then the big dance. So a lot more to come in the playoffs. Very, very excited.
Yeah.
As always, thank you for listening. Thank you for the support. We always appreciate it.
Yeah. If you want to show more support, go look at us on Instagram.
Hit all of our socials.
Degens.
Yep.
Twitter, Bangshot Degens. TikTok's coming soon. I'm starting to get all the videos of the past podcasts on YouTube. I'm going to start posting the new ones on YouTube as well. So go follow us there and subscribe there. Or still crossing our fingers on a big guest coming up. We'll not reveal it until it happens. Still crossing our fingers there. Hope he comes. You know where you are. We'll miss you.
And with that, go Sonics.
Bank's always open.
Bank's always open.
When the shots go down.
Yep. Thank you all for tapping in.
Peace out.
Peace.